Hi everyone. I wanted to get our video started and the dogs decided they had to go out. Oh, Maggie. It is definitely fall here. The leaves are coming down. It is raining, so I know they're not going to stay out here very long. Look, Caleb and Maggie are growing up so big. Come on, babes. I knew Caleb wasn't going to stay out very long. Candy, you better come on. Candy. Maggie, come on. Come on. Oh, we have to deal with a muddy mess. We're trying to keep the pee pad down, the big one. That seems to do better than a towel or a rug to help keep down some of the mud. Jeff set up a litter tray right here at the back door because Caleb and Maggie, they are not fans of going outside in this weather. They will go when we're up and all being active, you know, like we are right now. Hey, knock it off, you guys. Simon, stop. Hey, y'all get in here. When I was trying to get ready to do a video, Jeff was in the other room. And last night he had picked up all of their toys and put them in the toy box. And then he set it up high. So when I was getting ready for a video, I started throwing their balls on the floor and everything so they'd have something to put on a show with. And some of the squeaky balls, like this one, seem to be missing. I found these two. I think there was more. All of the spiky balls are here, but I asked Jeff, what'd you do with the squeaky balls, Jeff? They disappeared.
I did not throw them away.
He says he didn't throw them away, but
Sure.
I can only find two. Caleb, you better get down from there. I could only find one, and Jeff did get down and looked under the furniture, and he found a second one. I suspect there may be some under the couch or something. I don't really know where they're at, but I noticed they disappeared. And Jeff is the one who last picked up all the toys, so we'll find them. But they better not be in the trash.
They're not.
He didn't throw them away, no.
The nose knows.
He wouldn't do it. The dogs will tell us, yeah, they'll sniff them out. Maggie, you better get away from my table. Hey, now I mean it, no. She must be really cutting some teeth right now because, ouch! This morning I got onto her for chewing on the couch quilt, and what else were you chewing? She's chewed on several things and I've been on top of her. She laid in there, was chewing on the big pee pad, and now she's trying to chew on the table. So she's definitely cutting some teeth. I think I'll have to get some beef bones. That might help. I like to get those beef shank bones at the butcher at the grocery store, and then they'll cut them in medallion sizes for me. And we keep them in the freezer. I haven't given them to them in a long time because we've had so many other options for their chewing needs. But I think I still have some in the freezer. We'll probably put them, I always put them in a crate when we give them one of those bones because they are raw. They're frozen when I give them to them, but they can get a little bit messy. It's not a big mess. If there was only one dog, I would let them out loose with the bone. Hey, Caleb, quit chewing on that table. No. Now. But because I have multiple dogs, whenever I give them anything with raw meat at all, or a bone at all, I put them in their crates, and then they each get their own little bone, and I don't have to worry about them getting aggressive over them, trying to take the others or something, or protect their own. Sometimes they just get real protective, and it's like, you don't get close to me, I've got a bone. So That's why I put them in a crate. And as soon as they do get the bone marrow out and the raw meat off the side of the bones, then they can play with those bones all over the floor, and it's no problem. They're not wild animals. but when you give them one that's got a little bit of raw meat on it, they become a wild animal. Oh, they're hilarious to watch. Hey, Chloe, let's go show everybody your room. Come on, Chloe. Chloe, come on. It's Chloe and Sheba. That is all, not Caleb. Come on. Okay, Reba, Chloe. There you go. There you go. Let's go show everybody. I love this gate. It really works good for our purposes. Well, I set up her whelping area yesterday. She will get to have her babies right here. And instead of 3 whelping pens like I had hoped, we'll just have the one. Chloe will get to live in here for 3 or 4 weeks with her little babies. And all my girls, Reba doesn't really know. She knows this room is special. She doesn't get to come in here very often, but she doesn't really know what this room is about yet. Girls, get out of there. I put my extra kiddie pools. I love this. The day bed is really nice. It's a place for me when there are times when whelping can take 12, 16, 18 hours sometimes, depending on how many girls are whelping. And I mean, it just depends different. They usually say you can expect labor to last an hour a puppy. Come here. So if she's having 6 puppies, should be looking at a minimum of 6 hours labor time. But generally they can go up to 3 or 4 hours between each puppy. Hey, check it all out, girls. But as I was saying, that's why I love the day bed. When we redid this whole room, I knew I wanted something in here that I could lay on to rest when we have those late nights. I've literally laid in the floor before, because I won't leave them when they're in labor or waiting on them to come into labor. I remember Sheba 2 litters ago. I think it was 2 litters ago. It might have been the last litter. I don't remember. But I knew her temperature had dropped. She was showing all signs of about to go into labor, but she just wasn't. Okay, let's go back in here. Come on, Reba, Chloe. Anyway, I was on the verge of taking her to the vet because she had spent probably 6 to 8 hours about to go in labor and just hadn't got there. I actually ended up giving her a small dose of oxytocin because that's the first thing the vet would do. And I thought, well, let me try that before we go to the vet. And as soon as I gave it to her, boom, we started seeing babies arrive. So, but I wished I'd have had something soft to lay on during that time, because I spent a lot of time down in the floor right with her. But I'm fixing to come in there, Caleb. Oh, poor baby. Oh, see, his ears are a little floppy today too, so they're both going through some more teeth, cutting teeth again. But anyway, that day bed sits up high enough. I've got my whelping kiddie pools, my Diamond Naturals puppy food samples, and all my washable pee pads up under it. So that was a good thing, a big space saver for me. Reba, let's go. Come on. Hey, come on. Let's get back in here. We just wanted to show that we're getting ready to have babies. You guys, go. There we go. And this is why I love the gate, because Chloe will be in there and I can actually leave the door open for a change. And we're not that far. I'll hear every sound. We're constantly up and moving around, so. And Chloe won't be isolated either. She'll be able to hear and know what's going on, so she won't have to worry and be conflicted with being with her babies over being in here with the family. So I think that's all going to work out really good. See, I'm standing over by the front door and I can see and hear everything in there. That gate is a good deal. So Jeff and I had a little, I don't know what you call it, difference of opinions, a difference of ideas when it came to that gate. I found that gate on Amazon and had read the description about how it latched and how it would swing open and all of that, and knew that's what I wanted. And as soon as I started telling him about it, well, he's got an auction buddy who's got all kinds of these dog gates and things, and he'll just go get one and it'll probably be cheaper. So I said, fine, go ahead. And when he came back, it wasn't the kind I was wanting, the kind I was looking at on Amazon. It was a different kind, and it took 2 hands to operate, and it just wasn't what I wanted. And I said, that is totally not what I wanted, and I went ahead and ordered this one. And it was on sale. It was like Amazon Prime Day or something like that. So that was an expensive gate, like half price. So I got it, and Jeff put it in, and Jeff was like, what'd you say? Tell him what you told me.
You knew. You did it.
Yeah, he said, I was right. I was right. It was a better way to go.
It would expand out a little bit more too.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the other parts.
Yeah, it actually, we don't have it mounted, like he didn't have to use, it's not screwed in. I didn't want anything that we had to drill into the wood or anything. And this one you don't have to, but you could, right?
Yeah, the little cups have got a hole in it.
Yeah, so you could, but so far, our dogs have knocked it down one time, but it was because of my big old sumo bear, Sheba. I went through the gate and got in there, and all of a sudden I heard a crash, and I turned around, and I guess she tried to jump over it, and instead she barreled into it, and it knocked it down. And Jeff had to put it back up, but that's the only time that it's failed us, and she hasn't tried that again. But she thinks if I go through that gate, she's usually right on my heels. She's going with me, so I don't know what she's gonna do. She's just gonna have to get used to not going in when Chloe has her babies. All my mamas have been so good about being around each other when each one has their babies, but they usually have babies at the same time within a few days of each other, so they're usually close to each other anyway, and then they will get out and come and investigate each other's babies and help clean and oversee them. But Chloe's the only one that's going to have them this time. See, Delilah, the last time, she had her babies about 2 weeks after Chloe and Sheba. So Delilah was isolated back in my office before I got the dog room set up. But Chloe and Sheba and even Candy, all of my previous mamas took turns going in to say hello to Delilah's babies, and you know, they were aware that we had babies, or that Delilah had babies. So they like to come and see each other. Caleb, I'm gonna get you now. That's it. You stop chewing. We're gonna have to get something to help him and Maggie. But anyway, they're gonna calm down now, it looks like. Woo! Oh, see, there's one of them squeakies. You know, Maggie's got a hard chew toy now. Caleb needs to take out his chewing on one of the hard chew toys. So I guess we're just going to do what we do every day, y'all. Sometimes I feel like my videos are getting so boring because it's just the same thing every day. I don't really have anything else to tell other than the only thing that's different right now is I got the nursery ready for Chloe, but we still have about 8 or 9 days. She's due the 5th, and we're just looking forward. I started her on some Safeguard worm medicine. Today she'll get her 3rd round, and that's you're supposed to give them. You're supposed to worm your mamas about 10 days before they have their puppies. So we started 2 days ago, and today she'll get her last round of Safeguard, and then I also keep them on the Advantage Multi heartworm medicine, which also covers all worms, all parasites. But my vet was saying that it's still good to go ahead and worm the mamas. You worm them 10 days before, and I think it's about at the same time you worm the babies the first time. And when they're 2 weeks old, you worm mom again too. And then the babies will get their worm medicine every 2 weeks until they leave me. So we like to get that all taken care of and make sure everybody's in top condition. She's getting her Pregnancy Pro vitamin every day right now, and I have her on solid puppy food right now. So we're just trying to get her all built up. And one of the things I loved about the Pregnancy Pro last time was I felt like my mamas rebounded from giving birth very quickly, a whole lot quicker than we had seen before. Now, I don't know, maybe it's some other reason, but I really think it's the Doc Orchard's fertility stuff that I'm using, because I give them Fertility Pro in between pregnancies and then switch to Pregnancy Pro when they are pregnant, right after, from when we start breeding, they go on that. So I will say, last time I gave it to them every day, and this time I've been giving it, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a week, mostly twice a week throughout the breeding and everything. But now that she's this far along in her pregnancy, I'm giving it to her every day. I just wanted to try and see. I know her immunities, her system is very strong. We feed a good, healthy dog food. And, she's always all of them are up to date on all their vaccines and wormings and stuff. But I felt like it was possible that the Doc Orchard's fertility supplements could be the reason the puppies were so large. And, if you're having Boston Terrier puppies, large puppies can be a little bit scary. Sheba has always had large puppies, and Chloe had large puppies. Candy's I think were large, but they weren't considered too large because she's a big girl, and so is Sheba. But I was shocked that Chloe, my little 17, 18 pound girl, she was having 9 and 10 and 11 ounce puppies. So, and she only had 4. So I was kind of thinking that maybe a little bit too much of the fertility supplements could have caused that. I don't know. But this time I decided to try it a little different and give the same supplements, but not as often. And already, I don't know if it's because I didn't give them to her every day or not, but already we know she has 6 babies, where last time she had 4. So we know without a doubt she has 6 because of our x-ray, and the vet kind of thinks she has more. It's quite possible she has more. So I know somebody commented, I think it was Miss Susie, she's already started our regular guessing game with everybody guessing how many babies they think she's going to have. What do you think, Jeff?
7.
7? Yeah, 7's kind of what I think. Miss Susie said 8. If you guys have a different opinion, just leave it in the comments, and we'll see when they're born who gets the closest. But I was thinking 7, but I also, and this is just based on the vet, his reaction was when I look at Chloe, I say, yeah, at least 6 because of how she looks. But when the vet looked at her. He was like, I want you to see where her intestines are. And he was showing me on the x-ray, like it was a surprise to him. He's like, she is chock full of puppies. We can see 6, but there could be puppies that you can't see because they're right in line with other puppies or something. And I'm like, really? So his reaction makes me think Miss Susie could be closer to right with 8. I'm not sure, but I don't really care. I'm just tickled there's going to be 6, y'all. we miss having puppies. I'm ready to have puppies, and I just love getting to do this and getting to have them and watch them come into this world, and then, you know, getting to play with them and handle them and do everything I get to do to take care of them. And then I honestly, guys, I get just as excited when we get to match them up with the perfect family. You know, when we know they're going to the kind of home that you want all dogs to have. We want them all to have the perfect, lifelong, forever home. So that excites us too. I don't have a problem handing them off. I miss them when they're gone, and I can't wait until the next litter. But I don't know, I just have a good understanding that's how it's supposed to work. They come and then they go, you know. But in the meantime, I get to handle them and play with them and video them and talk to them and love them and let them, you know, poop on me and puke on me and pee on me. I get to do all of that for 8 weeks every time we have a litter. So I love doing all of that, and we will have lots of videos about that. So anyway, I guess that's all I really have to tell everybody. I'm going to get off of here and let them rest. I'm getting so close on the Boston Terrier quilt that I've been working on. I put the last block together last night, and now it's time to put all the blocks together in one solid quilt top. So I want to get in there and work on that today. But we'll be back tomorrow. If you're interested in one of our puppies, please go to bogansbostons.com and print out the puppy application and fill it out and send it back to me. You can text it or email or however, just get it back to me and reach out to me, and we'll chat and get you on the waiting list. 2 of Chloe's puppies are already spoken for, and a 3rd one is spoken for. So considering we can only know for sure there's 6, if you want one, you need to reach out and get that application turned in, because first deposits get to pick the puppies. So we'll do it in that order. And then hopefully Miss Reba will come on and come into heat. Probably in January we'll be breeding with her and Simon, and that's about the same time that Miss Chloe's babies will be going to their forever homes. So, and then we'll just start over again for next year. So, but we'll talk more about that as we get closer to that time. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, a blessed day, and we'll be back tomorrow.